Hello everybody, welcome back. This is StrangeVoodooTV. I'm Buddy Strange, and we are nearing the biggest weekend in all of professional football, in all of football in general, hell, in all of sports. We are nearing the weekend of the Pro Bowl. No, we are nearing the week of the Super Bowl. It is next weekend, the first Sunday in February per usual. And good news, everybody. We know who's in it thanks to this last week, so let's recap it, let's review it, let's get into it, let's go. First off, the Kansas City Chiefs are gonna get the win of the week over the Titans. They were down 10-0, absolutely looking like, is this gonna be the week? Are the Titans actually gonna do it? And then nope. Just as they did the Texans a week before, they welcomed another AFC South opponent and got down early and then came back and kicked their ass pretty handily by the end of it. And although the Chiefs are getting the win of the week and they won pretty handily, I do want to give a quick shout out to the Titans. Congratulations on a great season. You got further than a lot of people thought you would. You took a presumed bust in Ryan Tannehill away from the Dolphins. Everyone thought he wasn't even good to be the starter, let alone the backup behind Marcus Mariota. You had people like me thinking just a couple of seasons ago that they shouldn't have picked Derrick Henry, that he wasn't going to pan out. Yes, I actually admittedly believe that. And boy, was I wrong. Now he's going to be one of the highest paid running backs after this next offseason, most likely, whether it be for the Titans or whoever he ends up going to. You took a ragtag team of defensive players and stars under Dean Pease, and you got him there all along with a rookie at wide receiver, and injuries and suspensions elsewhere. But there you go, Titans. Good job getting to the AFC Championship, only to be beaten by one of the best teams in football, Kansas City, the Chiefs, getting the win of the week and advancing to face the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Good job, Kansas City. Win of the week. Alright, loss of the week is going to be the Green Bay Packers just getting obliterated. Absolutely just demolished by the San Francisco 49ers, pretty much backing up the suspicions of the Packers and how good they really were at 13-3. Like we said last week, they happened to get lucky a bunch of times, including in the playoffs, where they faced a roster fit for a hospital, or a roster fit for a morgue. But yeah, this past week they couldn't get anything going, especially the run game. Aaron Jones could not get his wheels a-turning, and on the other side, Raheem Mostert, geez, that guy played a hell of a game. But yeah, the Packers, they couldn't get anything going. They started to get something going through the air, but that was all garbage time error, yards for Aaron Rodgers and all that. And it was not a good day for the Packers. 49ers advancing to face the Chiefs in Miami, and there you go, Packers. Good season, but not good enough. Loss of the week. Alright everybody, time for SVTV's Players of the Week. First off, Offensive Player of the Week is going to be Raheem Mostert, of course. There is not even a second player. It is just flat out Raheem Mostert, 220 yards, 4 touchdowns, 7.6 yards per carry. My lord, Raheem just absolutely went off against the Packers rush defense. And like I said in the past video, the Packers rush defense, that's susceptible to letting big plays up, and not only did they let big plays up, they let Raheem Mostert have a historic rushing day against them, and yeah, it was not a good day. Not a good day at all. 220 yards, 4 touchdowns. Just saying that stat line seems like maybe he did that over the course of 2 games in the playoffs, divisional round championship game, and then go to the Super Bowl, but no, that was just one game. That was one game, 220 yards, 4 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert, great job, buddy. You're going to the Super Bowl, but most importantly, you get this week's Offensive Player of the Week. Good job. Alright, Defensive Player of the Week is going to be also a 49er, Emmanuel Moseley. Almost gave it to Tano Passion, but I had to give it to Emmanuel Moseley just because of this. I just want you to watch out for it. Watch out for Emmanuel Moseley. I think he might have himself a big game. Watch him get the game-winning pick, or at least an interception somewhere in there, but why not? But
Devontae Adams. Pass picked. Intercepted by Moseley. Knocked down at the 30.
But anyway, yes, I called it 4 tackles. He got an interception, and as a quarterback, he got a tackle for loss, which is huge. He was all over the field, got it done. Honorable mention to Passion, but here I just had to give it to Mosley just because I called it, and he had a really good day. It wasn't just because I called something. He had a really good day as well. Passion had 2 sacks along with like 3 tackles. So, I mean, it's kind of balanced, but I'd rather have an interception than 2 sacks. Do you get to 3 sacks? Okay, you got me there. But 2 sacks, come on. No, Emmanuel Mosley, Defensive Player of the Week. Alright, and to hit you up with the trifecta, Robbie Gould, San Francisco 49ers kicker, kicking 3 out of 3, 100%, 13 points with a 54 long, and yeah, no kicker even got close. The only other kicker to attempt a field goal was Greg Joseph, and that was just 1 field goal, which he made. Wasn't for the game winner like I called it to be, but he made one. Good job, Greg Joseph, 1 of 1 there. You get an honorable mention, how about that? But Robbie Gould actually gets the special teams Player of the Week, going 100%. 54 long, that is no easy task. Getting 13 points alone, which is basically almost what the Packers got. They got 20, but as a kicker, you only get a touchdown off the other team. Yeah, that's pretty solid. But there you go, Robbie Gould, Special Teams Player of the Week. Alright everybody, are you ready for SVTV's Plays of the Week? Here you go, enjoy.
2nd and 10 as that Tennessee defense drops back. Has long and tried to make a diving tip. Dead Mahomes who tiptoes inside the 10. Still knocked out. Oh, what a run! Out of this world! Touchdown, Kansas City! It's George Kittle at the bottom.
Somehow the handoff into the arms of Mostert. He's gone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Alright everybody, hope you enjoyed the plays of the week. If you did, hit that like button to show your support for the players making the plays, and me, Buddy, the one who picks the plays for you to enjoy. But anyway, let's get into how we did this past week. This past week, we went 1 out of 2, which is, again, 50%, which puts us 5 out of 10, 50% on these playoffs. The Titans versus Chiefs. We called the Titans, of course, to win. We thought that defense would hold up and Derrick Henry would just run the clock out. Patrick Mahomes would touch the ball very few times and not enough times to win it with his arm, nor Damian Williams with his legs, and thought Ryan Tannehill would have a day, maybe a surprise interception by Kevin Byard, Logan Ryan, one of those. Never happened, although the Titans did get off to a good start. They led by 10 twice, won 10-0, and then once the Chiefs came back with the touchdown, they came back with a big man touchdown, Dennis Kelly touchdown in response, but ended up losing that lead and losing the game in the end. And then the Packers versus 49ers, we called the 49ers to win. We thought it would be convincingly. They won even more convincingly than we thought they would. We called 24-34, I believe, which was actually pretty close. It was 37-20 by the end of it. And there you go. We got one right, got one wrong. That was last week. This is this week. So let's just get into it. And I know this week isn't the Super Bowl, and I'm not going to call the Super Bowl right now, and I'm not going to go in depth on the Pro Bowl. Are you kidding me? But I do want to pick someone to win, and I guess I'm going to go in just a tad bit of depth, just base depth. I'm not going to go into everything and all that, but I feel that I should pick it based on positional groups, who I think is better in those groups. Quarterback, skill position, line, defense, special teams. So, quarterback, first off, and as you can see, the rosters are up there, or should be up there, me editing later, should be up there on your screen. But anyway, quarterback, for the AFC, we've got Lamar Jackson of the Ravens, Deshaun Watson of the Texans, and Ryan Tannehill of the Titans, replacing Patrick Mahomes, who is obviously going to the Super Bowl, against the NFC's Russell Wilson of the Seahawks, Drew Brees of the Saints, and Kirk Cousins of the Vikings. Alright, right off the bat, you have the MVP of the NFL in Lamar Jackson for the AFC, and then backing him up, Deshaun Watson is, I call him Superman, and the dude is an absolute superhero wearing an NFL uniform. And then Ryan Tannehill, who, he deserves it for what he did to get the Titans there, I guess, but based on stats and all that, kind of iffy, but he's got that spot. And then comparing that and contrasting that with Russell Wilson, probably the runner-up, probably the one on deck, outside of, I guess, Christian McCaffrey and maybe Michael Thomas for the MVP behind Lamar Jackson. But Russell Wilson is up there in consideration as well. Offensive Player of the Year, stuff like that. He did his best with what he could, and he's definitely one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Drew Brees, one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, had himself a really good season statistically and historically. And then Kirk Cousins, hey, finally won a playoff game and a primetime game, but not a Monday night game. So there you go, Kirk Cousins, good on there. And if I had to pick one, NFC versus AFC, I'm gonna go with NFC for this one. So give 1 point to the NFC. They got that. Now skills players for the AFC, you've got Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram II, Patrick Ricard, Mark Andrews, Jack Doyle, Keenan Allen, Jarvis Landry, Courtland Sutton, and DJ Chark. Alright, that is really good. That is really, I mean, right off the bat, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram. Holy crap, that running game is deadly. And then Keenan Allen, Jarvis Landry, Courtland Sutton, and DJ Chark. Pretty good receiving core. I mean, Keenan Allen, Courtland Sutton on the outside, and then Jarvis Landry taking the inside would be absolutely crazy, especially with Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson. But on the flip side, for the NFC, I mean, you've got Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara, and then CJ Ham, Zach Ertz, Austin Hooper, Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, Kenny Golladay, and Devontae Adams. Interesting. You know, on the surface of this, and this may be a little bit of a hot take, probably not, because they're all great players, but in my opinion, I'd say the running back group for the AFC is better than the NFC's running back group. Not to discredit Dalvin Cook or Ezekiel Elliott, or even Alvin Kamara. They're great players too, but I'd say the AFC has the upper hand on that, but the NFC definitely has the upper hand on wide receivers with Michael Thomas and Mike Evans and Devontae Adams, so that's kind of wash. Tight ends though, Mark Andrews, Jack Doyle, that's a pretty good combo, but Zach Ertz and Austin Hooper are amazing, so I'd go with the NFC on that one. And then finally, fullback, Patrick Ricard versus CJ Ham. I'm going to call the positional group a wash. Both get half a point, so the AFC has 0.5, the NFC should have 1.5. And then next to the offensive line for the AFC, Ronnie Stanley, Laramie Tunsil, Orlando Brown. Wow, that's a pretty solid group. Marshall Yanda, always solid. Quentin Nelson, one of the best guards in football. And Joe Bitonio, oh my lord, that is a great group, both just for right now and for the long term outside of Marshall Yanda. And then Rodney Hudson and Ryan Kelly rounding out the group. That is very solid, but let's put that up against the NFC. Tyron Smith, Terron Armstead, Lane Johnson, oh man, Zach Martin, Brandon Scherf, Trey Turner, Jason Kelsey, Travis Frederick. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna lie, I think the guards go to the AFC. Even though Zach Martin is probably the best guard in football, I'd say the group that the AFC has is more well-rounded, and Quentin Nelson definitely has a really good chance of overtaking Zach Martin in the next couple of years, if not next year. Center definitely goes to the NFC, and then tackles, I'm gonna give it to the NFC as well. So NFC gets that one. 2.5 for NFC, 0.5 for AFC. Let's go to defense. For the AFC, defense, Calais Campbell, Melvin Ingram, Josh Allen, Cameron Hayward, Geno Atkins, Jarrell Casey, Von Miller, Matt Judon, Dante Hightower, Tre'Davious White, Stephen Gilmore, Marlon Humphrey, Joe Hayden, Minka Fitzpatrick, Earl Thomas, my lord, and Jamal Adams. Don't forget Jamal Adams. That is absolutely crazy. And going up against Cameron Jordan, Daniel Hunter, Everson Griffin, Fletcher Cox, Grady Jarrett, Kenny Clark, Chandler Jones, Shaq Barrett, Zadarius Smith, Eric Kendricks, Jalen Smith, Marshawn Lattimore, Darius Slay, Kyle Fuller, Xavier Rhodes, Shaq Griffin, Buda Baker, Eddie Jackson, and Harrison Smith. That is absolutely really close. Almost too close to call, but I'm going to go with AFC for that one. They get a full point, so it's 2.5 NFC, 1.5 AFC, with special teams left to go. Who do we got? AFC, Brett Kern, probably the best punter in football right now. Justin Tucker, absolutely the best kicker in football right now. Long snapper, Morgan Cox. Andre Roberts is return specialist, and special teamer Matthew Slater, who's probably the best all-around special teamer at the moment right now. And then for the NFC, Tressway, Will Lutz, Rick Lovato, Deontay Harris, and Cordarrelle Patterson. AFC all the way for that one. AFC 100%. I think the NFC has a better returner, but everything else goes to the AFC. And there you go, 2.5 to 2.5. Who am I going to call to win it? I don't know, you know what? I'm going to go with the AFC to win the Pro Bowl. And the last little bit, overcoming a deficit just like they did here today. I think they get down 10 to 14 points, somewhere in there. And then in the fourth quarter, start to make a comeback, then Foley come back and win the game with a Justin Tucker field goal. The same thing that got him to 2.5. Special teams here today is going to win them the game on Sunday in the Pro Bowl. And there you go. AFC wins. And that was your episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Comment anything down below. There's not going to be a pick'em in the description this week. But feel free to comment your opinions on my opinions, your win of the week, your loss of the week, your players of the week, whatever you want, who you think is going to win the Pro Bowl, maybe your snubs or whatever. There you go. Super Bowl is around the corner. Can't wait for that. And I really quickly, I do want to say congratulations to Dean Pease, the Titans defensive coordinator, Luke Kuechly, Antonio Gates, and Eli Manning for great careers. Careers well done. Sad to see you go, but love to watch it. No. All three of you are Hall of Famers in my book, and probably Hall of Famers in the NFL's soon enough. And again, congratulations. Good luck in retirement. Love watching you play, and good job. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, I'm Buddy Strange. This is StrangeVoodooTV. Keep it strange, everybody. I'll see you in the next one, and peace out.